Now, Tom Ballantyne is an aviation and industry specialist and chief correspondent for Orient Aviation. He joins us on the line now from Sydney. Tom, what do you make of what you've just been hearing?
Well, I think it's the most promising thing we've heard so far, although the word caution, I think, is a very important one here. We've had so many false leads in this story, and we're probably going to have to wait several hours before we get a real, defining detail of what these objects are in the water. And even if they do identify them as part of the plane, it's only the beginning of the problem, because they still have to find the main part of the plane underwater.
Now, there have been a lot of theories being put forward, Tom, about just what happened to this plane, and many of them have been dismissed. But there is this one theory that's been doing the rounds that last couple of days that I want to ask you about, and it basically puts forward the idea that this plane, that there was possibly a fire in the cockpit caused by the tire, and that the crew inside, the captain made the decision to try and divert the plane to the nearest runway and turn it around, and started to head south, and that the fire inside the cockpit overwhelmed the pilots inside and knocked them unconscious, and that's why the plane continued to drift for several hours and possibly ended up in the southern Indian Ocean somewhere. This would fit then, if these objects are in fact from the Malaysia Airlines jet, this would fit then with that theory, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, it certainly would. I mean, I've seen these reports myself, and it's quite feasible that that's what could have happened. The one thing which casts some doubt on it is that I've seen some reports also that this aircraft didn't just continue to fly in a straight line at the same altitude, that it actually was at a high altitude, came down low, then went back up again. Well, that wouldn't fit with an aircraft being on automatic pilot, let's say, and just flying on until it ran out of fuel. But again, we're talking speculation, and nearly everything that you look at with this aircraft, you could say, well, that's possible, but there are also some doubts. It's just such a puzzling case.
It certainly is, and as I was saying earlier, there's lots of theories that have been put forward and discounted, but this does seem, at this point at least, to be some encouraging news. I mean, certainly for the families who've been waiting for some sort of tangible result from all of this.
Yes, absolutely. It's the first what you would call solid news that we've heard for more than a week. In the middle of all the rumour and speculation, it looks as if they've got something definite, and there's absolutely no doubt that the decision of the Australian authorities, New Zealand, the US to focus on this specific area looks as if they might have been correct, and they must have had some pretty good information one way or another to point them in that direction. So it all seems to add up to that this possibly could be it. But as I say, caution, we'll just have to wait and see.
In all of your experience of these things, how unusual is it for a plane of this size to take so long for anyone to find it?
Oh, it's absolutely unique. I mean, the only other case in recent times that I can think of is the Air France A340 crash in the Atlantic, and they actually found the wreckage quite quickly there. It was a black box that it took them 2 years to find at the bottom of the Atlantic, but they found the wreckage very quickly. But you know where this aircraft is? 2,500 miles southwest of Perth, Western Australia. It's a very, very remote area, very inaccessible, not much shipping traffic. The plane could just disappear there and not be found for months.
Good to get your perspective on this. Tom Ballantyne joining us there via Skype from Sydney.